In the heart of Providence, where dreams take flight, voices rise, a chorus of the night. We gather around with hearts full of hope to build a future where we all can cope. Let's listen deep to each other's plea, finding common ground. We'll never be free without understanding. Our voices fade. Together we can change what we've been made. Show the talk in the right direction. Guide the path with kindness and clarity. With every word, let's speak a better nation. Let's build bridges, not just walls of division. Through the streets and alleys, let's walk in peace. Hand in hand, we'll make a difference. Believe from the city hall to every home. Our voice is strong, we'll turn the tide. In the morning light, let's start anew. With open minds, let's break through. No more hate, no more fear. Together we're stronger, clearer. Let's hear the whispers of the wise, guiding us towards the skies. With every vote, set the pace for a world where everyone can embrace. Show the talk in the right direction.
English with Providence Voter Show. Your host, myself, Michael English. Part 2 of the improper spending and the weak leadership in Providence City Hall. Here's the logic no politician can escape. If City Hall says it needs more money, then the City Hall must prove it can manage the money it already had. Go Local reported on Providence internal audit about the city's issued debt cards, policy violation, missing documentation, and executive branch transitions approved by the Chief Operating Officer. Today we're talking about controls, because controls are the difference between a government that earns trust and a government that loses it. Last episode, we discussed the internal audit reporting on improper overtime and the city's reported decision not to recoup it. Now, we moved to the spending side because of this pattern does matter. Go Local Prov reported on a 46-page internal audit report on 2 city-issued debit cards opened in April of 2024, one for the executive branch and one for the city council administration. Go Local wrote that the auditor found 183 transactions totaling about $48,000. A little more, actually. And here's a key management statement from the reporting. Executive branch debit card 141 transactions totaling $32,991 approved by the Chief Operating Officer. The reporting describes that the auditor finding policy violations such as misuse beyond limited emergency purposes, not restricted to the role required by policy, missing support approval documents, and inconsistency of receipt handling. And here's what matters. Even if every dollar was well-intended under a system, still have rules because public deserves traceability. Some people will shrug and say it's paperwork. No, paperwork is how the public confirms honesty. These rules protect the taxpayers from waste, employees from accusations, the city from lawsuits, and honest leaders from being lumped in with sloppy ones. When an internal audit says controls were breached, materially as reported, this isn't technical, it's governance. Taxes and trusts kind of go side to side. And I'll tell you why residents are also furious. As Go Local Prov describes a major tax hike agreement as the second increase in 3 years. So the public naturally asks, if taxes keep climbing, why are audits still finding problems that look like basic management failures? You don't get to say pay more while acting like control doesn't matter. Here's what I would push immediately in the Providence city. An audit response clock, 30 days, public written reply plus deadlines explaining what the findings were and what City Hall plans on doing about it, why it happened, and where the failures, if any, happened and how they're going to be corrected. One controlled spending card held by finance custodians, not floating around the City Hall for anybody to use. Receipts within 48-hour rule or card access is suspended. Monthly spending dashboard, totals, categories, exceptions, corrective actions, and then a quarterly re-audit until findings are closed. Manager training enforcement, not optional. And Go Local reported the auditor recommended steps like reducing the number of cards, which I think is a good idea, and linked access to proper documentation policy. Again, as I already said. So, Providence deserves a city government that treats your money like it's sacred, not casual. Overtime controls and spending controls are not extras. They are the bare minimum. This is Mike English. Thanks for listening to part 2 of our series on questionable management. Please tune back in tomorrow. We have a much longer show for the next 3 days. Looking forward to it.